Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, when it comes to this Buddha's teaching, that main purpose is developing our awareness and self-realization, recognizing this your own inner experience and understanding how this life happening. So mainly becoming clear with the 5 aggregates: form, feeling, sensation, formations, and consciousness. So when it comes to this foundation of life or the foundation of the samsara, it's mainly start with the versions or the views. So whatever come to our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and whatever the perception perceived by us, and start to have versions. And that versions start to create kind of like a views. That view become formations and the defilements, sanskara. So once it become like that, then it itself that the defilements become our life. It doesn't matter it is right or wrong, we become more comfortable with it. And we don't want to question it anymore. And we keep feeding to that. So get out of this and becoming very clear from all the defilements or the formations or the views or the perspectives is the main purpose of practicing meditation. But you have to remember, it is just not only by practice you can do this. There are many ways, many other methods. But the meditation is necessary because in this path you have to develop your mental capacity to certain level. Why you have to develop mental capacity? Because, and when we look at the Buddha's teaching, that the one of the important thing is that 2600 years ago, when the Buddha was in this world, and one thing he mentioned always, so dhammam pasati, so mam pasati. So even to see the Buddha, you have to see the Dhamma. So, and even you stay close to the Buddha, that doesn't mean Buddha cannot initiate or transfer the wisdom to you. So most of other teachers, even still that we can see that they qualified to initiate somebody. And once they initiate you and you become like that, it's kind of like ordination, graduation, certified. And then everybody gathered and in front of everybody, when you give the oath and then you transfer to that position. Still that we have that kind of things. But when it comes to deeper understanding or the enlightenment, it's not kind of like that. You cannot attain to enlightenment by initiating by somebody. Even the enlightened master next to you, that doesn't mean you qualified for that after him. So Buddha is the one who told that as a Buddha himself, he cannot do that. See how powerful that. Because the mostly that the teachers try to mention that they can teach, they can give the wisdom, they can give the knowledge, they can make the student like them. But the Buddha is the one who mentioned that he cannot do it. And at the same time he mentioned, you are capable without any hindrance, without any barriers. You are capable, you are inherent, you have the inherent quality to achieve that. Look then how balanced and how beautiful that teachings like that. It giving you complete 100% authority, and then it's going to depend on your choice. So if you dedicate and if you practice yourself, and if you really want to attain to the enlightenment, then you can do it. No one can stop that. So for that the Buddha mentioned that what to do. So that is when in this path that the main hindrance, it's not the outside anything. It's nothing to do with the outside. It's about our own inner experience. So when it comes to that inner experience, that we develop versions, perspectives regarding things. It starts from outside, whatever the outside situations. But it slowly injects the feelings to inside you, that with that outside perspective, you feed into inside versions. Then it becomes personal. Once it becomes personal, it becomes your life. So once it becomes your life, it becomes your view, and it becomes your defilement, it becomes your formations, and then your life built on it. So in the very first thing that you have to remember, that you have to understand to certain level the very nature of your life. So if you feel happy, so good, comfortable, then you have to go with it, because no one can tell it is suffering, because you are in somewhere else. So when it comes to the the Buddhism, we call in conventionally the Buddhism, there are three kind of people. One is they have the sympathy regarding Buddhism. They don't practice anything. They don't do anything. They may be born Buddhists, or maybe they learn something. They read books and heard something about the Buddha, and they see, oh, it is good, and that is nice. It is a good religion, and they like Buddha statues to keep everywhere. But they don't know anything about it, and they don't practice anything about it, but they like Buddhism. And another person, they like to being Buddhist. They like to act in a different ways according to culture, tradition, and the way they're wearing, and the things that they do, that whatever in the culture they say you have to do, they like to do this puja, chanting, even practicing meditation, they go to meditation and they sit a little bit, they feel good and they contribute their life in a different ways. And another person is, and really deeply going to the bottom and practice. So these three categories around us. So this all three categories is important. No one is better than other one. It's all in a part of the circle. But when it comes to personal, yourself, it's always your responsibility not to stay in the same category too long. It is your responsibility to jump to the other, the becoming higher, becoming advanced. So when it comes to that jump from like you have the sympathy, you like Buddhist. So from that point, how you can jump to being Buddhist and to practice Buddhist, certain things doing Buddhist. And from there, and how you jump to the deeply to get into the bottom line of the Buddha's teaching. So when it comes to that, this transformation happens, the very first thing with the faith or the devotion, conviction. How much the faith that do you develop? The mainly we think about the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. But here you have to have the faith regarding you. Because when you have the faith regarding you, that faith will help you to see how much you're suffering in this world. This entire world is kind of like a illusion sometimes. Not for all, but when you upgrade, it's like when you go to school, you have friends and you have sports, you have music, dancing, and you can participate many kind of events. So there are a lot of things in school. But when it comes to exam, to upgrade to your next class, you cannot behave like that way. You have to go and you have to pass the exam. And that will help you to upgrade. So like that, the faith the same. We live our life. We have to do a lot of things with ourselves regarding our family, children, husband, wife, even our personal own desires. We have to do that. But at the same time, when it comes to the faith regarding yourself, Shraddha, that you have to look how far you going to do this, how long you going to do this. So you have to look yourself, and then in a certain level you have to understand at least few minutes yourself and start to upgrade your the life to being Buddhist. How? Little bit you do chanting, and little bit you do meditation, and little bit if you have opportunity, you go and participate with the kind of like dana ceremony or any kind of activities, little bit, not all, not your whole life, because you have to do a lot of things. So when the faith become more stronger, so it's kind of like you feeding to your faith. And when you feeding to that faith, the faith becomes stronger, and in the certain level, what will happen? You come to a point and you really deeply getting to the bottom. And then in the next level, that in conventionally, when you when you have the sympathy regarding Buddhism, that is good. And from there, then when you start to, if you really want to upgrade yourself, see, just whatever that you keep doing, sometimes maybe it doesn't bring the success. It helps you to keep doing that way. It doesn't improve yourself. So then what you have to do? There are certain things that you should not do after a while. And then there are certain things you have to do. You have to continue after a while. Otherwise, the same thing you cannot keep doing. Like see, when you cook, and sometimes in the beginning, you put little bit more fire, and then you make it more less fire, and then sometimes you may again put the more fire. So it is not kind of like the same. And when you do other activities, some things that when you cleaning, you as carpenters, when you make things, certain places you have to put too much strength, and some you have to be so gentle. You cannot keep pushing the same way. So in life also same deeply, when it comes to upgrade your life from that sympathy Buddhist to being Buddhist, in that level, what you have to do, there are certain things you have to stop. Not for a whole 24/7 whole life, but sometimes for a while, you have to stop. At least 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And there was a story, and mainly that I think that the story come from Tibet. There was the butcher. That butcher came to Buddha one day and then asked, "Venerable Sir, I'm a butcher. I have to kill animals. That is how I living. People every day come to me, and so I have to do it. But still, how I can practice, how I can be Buddhist? Can I be Buddhist, or I'm not going to become a Buddhist forever?" See, nowadays in Sri Lanka, that the conversation happening, that some people that regarding these cows. Now see how some people come and say, "Oh, you have to keep doing it." Some people say, "No, don't do it." So like that. So this butcher and came to Buddha and asked, "What I do?" So then the Buddha said, "So you're not killing 24/7. Maybe you kill one animal for a day. Then after that you don't kill. At night when you sleep, you don't killing. So then at night, start to observe precepts yourself till morning, and do loving kindness meditation from night to morning. So in that moment, your mind become purified. See how that you can start to transform, because the Buddhism, remember, Buddhism is available for anybody. It's nothing to do that what you do or what you're not doing. So look at these disabled people and they don't do anything. They're not killing, they don't gangsters, they don't stealing. They don't do anything. That, but still, that doesn't mean they can attain to enlightenment. So it is mostly the developing the mind. So in world, in the Buddha's teaching, when we look at the history, you have to be very careful. There are two paths. One is Dharma and one is discipline. So the Dharma is regarding the teaching. Dharma is the always powerful than the discipline. That's why the Buddha mentioned, so dhammam passati, so mam passati. If you want to see the Buddha, you have to see the Dharma. Not the Vinaya or the discipline. It is necessary. It is necessary to upgrade and transform you to certain level. But it doesn't mean that you completely stuck with the discipline going to transform you to wisdom. No. But mostly when it comes to the world, people need to question the Dharma. But mostly they don't question the Dharma, they don't question the teachings. Because if you question the teachings, you find the truth. So in the history, when we look at the Sangayana assemblies, the monks used to assemble and the assembly and then they used to talk. There are two, Dharma Sangayana and Vinaya Sangayana. So nowadays, like as example, when kind of like monks do something wrong, and sometimes people say, yo, this is the time to do the Vinaya Sangayana. But people don't look what is the Dharma. They always go behind the what other person do. But when it comes to the real Buddha's teaching, look at the Buddha's life. What you doing doesn't make any sense when you come to enlightenment. Because people do things because of many reasons sometimes. Really, they don't want it. So that's why when it comes to the self-discipline, you have to know, be yourself. You have to be very clear yourself. There are certain things what you keep doing. Don't make a barrier or the hindrance yourself that for your spiritual development. So don't have a mental version yourself and get out of it. So whenever you have little opportunity, just even you are a gangster, even you are a thief, you have great opportunity to attain to enlightenment even during Buddha's time. If you are a murderer, if you are a serious killer, you also have opportunity to attain to enlightenment. Only thing is, find a little gap and start to practice a little bit. If you are a terrorist, that doesn't mean you cannot attain to enlightenment. No, you also have opportunity to attain to enlightenment. Why you don't look for that? So then a little bit look, give a space. And whenever you have opportunity, and maybe you can think 1 minute, may all living beings be well and happy. That will help you to transform. So the faith regarding that, when you have yourself, see how it helps to develop a discipline yourself. So the Dharma is the main important part in Buddha's teaching. Remember that. The discipline is a kind of like we get help. And that with that help, the third one is that once you becoming a Buddhist, that the taming the mind, practicing the mind and make your mind usable. And that is where finally that you become the real Buddhist when it comes to the conventional Buddhist. Remember, taming your mind, practicing yourself, make your mind usable. So that is the tranquility meditation. Or sometimes we use reading sutras, listening sutras, and chanting. We do this all the things. But at the same time, you have to remember that finally the purpose should be not get into a version or not to develop any kind of perspective mind, but to release your mind from that all. And then once you come to that, from there, you develop the tranquility state, and from there you get into the vipassana meditation. So that is a process. So it is these teachings available for anybody. Only thing is, if you, wherever, whatever you do, find a little moment and then just transform yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. Invest yourself. That is spiritual investment. Yourself will help you to transform your life. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. Maybe you have great opportunity tomorrow to get out of this all and unnecessary fear, unsatisfaction, struggle, stress, unhappiness. But it is a process. Only thing is, have a faith regarding yourself to transform yourself to a better place. So when it comes to perspective, that remember, that is the main, the power for the defilement or the formations. The way we see, the way we hold things. If you able to change that direction, things change. Why? Because the life mean mind. Mind is life. There is nothing else. So the mind always go with perspectives. It very easily get into things with our previous habits. There was a mother, and then she had two daughters. So then by the time when they became young and they married to two men. So elder daughter married to a umbrella maker, and then the younger daughter married to a woodcutter. So then they start to live their own life, and then little by little, then the financial difficulties came to them, and then they used to come to mother and tell about their difficulties. So mother used to help for them as much as she can. But finally, when she start to hear this again and again, what happened? It start to bother her deeply to her life. Now she became worried, and when she see any sunny days, she thought about her elder daughter. Oh, there is no rain today. No one going to buy any umbrellas. And then if the rain come, and then she start to worry about her younger daughter. Oh, today it's raining. And my younger daughters, that they cannot sell any wood today. And the woodcutter, he cannot cut any woods today. So like that, she used to be so worried. And then by the time she met a monk, and she always crying, and people knew this woman as a crying woman. And one day she met this monk, and then the monk saw this old mother was crying and asked mother, why are you crying? Then she explained her situations. Oh, my two daughters, They are always in trouble, and I always think about them. So then the monk told, don't worry, I can fix that. So the mother was so happy. Then the mother asked, how you can do that? No, I'm not to do anything. Only thing is you have to do something. Then she agreed to do. Then the monk told, so when the rain come, think about not the younger daughter, think about your elder daughter, that who sell umbrellas. And when the sun come, when the sunny days, don't think about your elder daughter, think about your younger daughter, and the woodcutter. So that way, you are whatever you're doing that you used to do. Only thing is you change the time according to necessary conditions. So my friend, in our life, the same. So remember, rather than going with our perspective or versions, just start to see according to necessary conditions. And there are a lot of things will get out of your way. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava. Ettavata ca ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.